Introduction to Communication, Lecture 1, Part 1. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, guys. I hope you all are doing well, inshallah. In this lecture, we are going to talk about the introduction of communication and the communication process, and we'll be talking about in the next part some other relevant points related to this lecture. So let us start with the definition of communication. Communication is derived from the Latin word communico, which means to share. So we can say that the communication means the process of sharing. So the next question that comes in our mind is that what is sharing? What do you mean by sharing? So in general term, if we define communication, the communication is a process of sharing facts, ideas, thoughts, feelings, needs, or whatever information one have in his or her mind with other people. So this process involves systematic and continuous process of speaking, listening, understanding, and many other modes also. So this sharing takes place from one person to another one, as I just mentioned earlier. So the communication process is the sharing of information between people through a continuous activity of speaking, listening, and understanding. So I hope this definition is enough to understand the process of communication. Now the next important thing that we should know is, why do we need communication? Communication is at the core of human being's life. I mean, for your survival, for your existence, for being social animal, you need to talk to with people around you. You need to have a continuous interaction, coordination, cooperation, and contact with your surroundings and with your with people around you. So using different styles, different modes, different methods, we do this thing so that we can survive in a particular environment. This communication, we'll talk about it in coming classes also in detail. I mean, the importance of communication and the why do we need this communication. But right now this is just for introduction only. Now the next thing that we should keep in our mind is that the communication process is a cyclic process. It is a continuous process. I mean, for instance, right now I am talking to you guys, you are listening to me through this online class, through online database, and through these sophisticated apparatus that we have. I'm recording here, then you will be listening it. So this process is a continuous process. I am talking to you, you will listen to it, and then we'll be having a chat, and you will be asking questions, and then I'll be responding to your questions. So this process is a continuous process which involves many steps. For instance, there is a sender who has a thought process, and then he encodes the message through a channel to the receiver. Receiver receives it, receives the message, and then the message is decoded, and then the receiver understands that message, and then that receiver gives the feedback to the sender. And between this sending and receiving of message, there is also a noise also. A noise can be physical, semantic, or psychological, and all these things we'll be discussing in our coming classes in details. Right now we need to understand on some initial and primary grounds that the communication process is a continuous process, and this involves these few things as an integral part. So if we talk about this these elements, these things which are involved in communication process, we can say that there is an idea, there is encoding, there is channel, there is decoding, there is content, there is context, then there is feedback, then these 5 6 7 things or elements, and then noise. These are all part of this communication process that we are talking about. Now if we have a little look on all these points, that what are these things, we would have a clear idea about this thing. First of all, information exists in the mind of the sender, who is the source of the information. This can be a concept, idea, or information or feeling. For instance, right now I am recording an information for you guys. That information is stored in my mind, or that information is stored in my laptop or in my computer. So that is the basic idea that is existing somewhere, which I want to share with you guys. So before I share it with you guys, what I do, the source or the sender initiates a message by encoding the idea or thought in words or symbols, or sends it to a receiver. So this is what I am doing right now. I mean, the idea is in my mind, idea is in my book, idea is in my laptop, idea is in my mobile phone, and I am encoding this message for you guys. This idea and encoding is going on here at the sender level. Okay, I mean, I am as a sender, Junaid Ghori as a sender, what he is doing right now, he is recording, he is converting that written words, bookish words, into these sound bites. This is the process of encoding. The message is the actual physical product from the source encoding. When we speak, the speech is the message. When we write, the writing is the message. When we gesture, the movements of our arms and the expressions of our faces are the message. So this is how you encode your message. Okay, then comes the channel. Now my message is reaching you guys through what? Through internet. Okay, so here we have internet as a channel. On internet we are using LMS web portal, okay, of International Islamic University. So this is our channel. Okay, the channel can take many forms depending on the type of communication and depending on the type of message. So suppose if we end if we talk about two friends sitting in front of each other, they are talking to each other. If they talk to each other, then what is the channel between them? Then the channel between them is the airwaves, the light and the airwaves. Through light channel they are seeing each other, they are seeing their gestures, their postures, their facial expression, their body language. And through sound waves they are listening to the words that are being uttered through their mouths for each other. So and this is the initial few points regarding the communication process. I hope you guys would have some clear idea about what is communication, why do we need communication, and what is the communication process. I have discussed a few of the elements of the communication here, and in next part of this lecture we will discuss the remaining elements of this communication process. So for now, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the lecture. Assalamu alaikum.